Namaste and welcome. Welcome to my heart. Welcome to our new meditation. Let us begin today with a meditation. And so this is a little different than what we usually do, but I'd like to ask you to join me in turning inward as we begin our time together. Inward on this full moon, when the moon is in Aquarius and the sun is entering into Virgo. Let us turn and ascend. Closing your eyes, focus your attention at the sun center, the point between your eyes. Place your hands on your thighs in the Om Mudra with the index finger and the thumb together. And turn your head to the left, exhaling twice. And head back to the center. Now use the sipping breath, as if sipping through a straw. Draw the energy from the limbs of your body to the trunk of your body. And now from the trunk of the body, draw the energy into the spinal column. From the base of the spine, draw the energy up to the sun center. Now move that energy as a golden ball of light in front of you, and encase your body in that light, sweeping around to the left, behind you, and to the front, encasing your entire being in that golden light. And do this 2 more times. Expand that golden ball of light until you are comfortable. Feel it as a protection. And within this golden light, begin to ascend upward. No stress, no strain. Ascend beyond the room that you are in. Above the building. Above the continent. Ascending as high as you are able. Until you reach the highest place that you can attain, the high place for you. Finding your meditation spot there. Call upon your Ishtadevata to join with you in your meditation. Call upon your Ishtadevata to join with you in help in this ritual. Most beloved Ishta, most beloved and precious Ishta, Namaste. O Great Spirit, most beloved Lord divine, in all of thy names and all of thy forms, O ye pathmakers of old, thee of the past, the present, and the future, most beloved ancestors, and all ye helpers along the path, most beloved beings of the air, the earth, the fire, the water, the ether. Namaste. Be with us. Help us to sweep clear our paths. Help us to heal that which needs to be healed. Sit here for a moment and watch your breath. Allow the breath to breathe of its own accord. Now in your mind's eye, see a path in front of you. Begin to walk this path. See that it leads to a meadow. And walk through the meadow. Feel the full light of the sun shining upon you at this midday. The meadow ends in a forest. The path continues as you walk into the forest, ascending upward with ease. The sun still shines through the trees. Ascend higher and higher. You are ascending a mountain. No effort. In front of you is an opening, a grove, a clearing surrounded by trees. You see a cave there. You can tell that it's a sacred shrine built into the mountain. And as you look up, The full moon is shining above you. Now lighting your way. Sweeping clear your path. Those things which you began on a new moon will now be freed on the full. Entering into the shrine, it is lit by the light of the full moon. Brilliant light. Walk towards the waterfall that you see at the back. In front, a pond filled with the light of the moon. Walk into the pond and be bathed in the moonlight. Feel the moonlight dissolving all of the stickiness and gluiness. And walk to the waterfall of healing moonlight. The waterfall of Ananda. As you stand under this waterfall, and the light pours upon you. Feel the water of light pouring upon your crown center. Feel it pouring within you, within every cell of your being, finding its ways to those spots of darkness and lighting them, finding its way to the spots of doubt and lighting it. The moonlight filling every cell of your being, finding its spots of regret and shining its light and dissolving them away. As you stand in this light, this healing light of the fullness of the moon, as you stand in this healing waterfall of the light, allow your being to open. Allow any sadness, any regret, any upset that you feel. If it rises in your mind, allow the healing light to dissolve it away. Allow the healing light to shine upon it brightly and to give you this moment the opportunity to let go of the pain, let go of the shame, let go of the regret, let go of the self-judgment, my beloved. let go. Offer all those things to the full light of the moon, the healing light. Allow the kaleidoscope to turn that you might see clearly. Allow the healing light to pour forth in every cell of your being, vivifying you, strengthening you. Giving you the courage to let go. Choice is yours in this moment. The healing light of life will fill every cell of your being, fills every cell of your being, allowing you to let go. Let the others be in peace. Their lives be their lives. Their words, their choices, their choices. Choose joy. Choose peace. Choose equanimity. Choose santosha. At this moment, ascend above your body. Ascend your awareness above your body and look down upon it. Is there any spot, anything that still is there that you still wish to heal? Look closely. Allow the healing light of the healing waterfall to pour upon it. And cleanse it and transform it. And when you are ready, walk out of the waterfall of the moonlight. Feel yourself clothed anew. Feel yourself vivified and strengthened. As you leave the shrine, you walk out into the grove and see that you are in the full light of the moon and the full light of the sun, and together they are balanced. Bathe yourself in this balance. Become one with this balance. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. And as you are ready, continue in your meditative posture, or if you wish, you may open your eyes slightly. What is it that we seek? What is it that will bring you freedom? What is freedom, and what is it freedom from? What are the confinements that we must free ourselves from? There's a beautiful story that I will share with you, one of my very favorite of all of the yogi stories. Once upon a time, early on a Thursday morning, the master, the ashram, the head priest, was out walking in the woods, as was his custom. He would walk early before others were out. Nice meditation he would have. And he came to the clearing he goes to all the time. And he hears a small voice saying, "Master, Master, help me. Please, will you help me?" Looks around and he doesn't see anybody. He says again, hears again, "Master, Master, please, Master, will you help me?" And as he looks down, the full moon shining that early in the morning, the sun not yet peeking over the horizon, he sees a beautiful, beautiful golden red fox. "Oh, Mr. Fox, you're out awfully early this morning. How might I help thee?" Fox gestures with his head, saying, asking the master to please come down so he could whisper to him what he needed. And the master nods and says, "Of course, I will do that for you. Come tomorrow morning after the sun has risen. Come Friday morning after the sun has risen to my ashram. The gate will be open, the doors will be open, and we will be waiting for you." "Thank you, Master." And off the fox goes, feeling a tremendous sense of blessing. The master goes back to the ashram, waits till everybody wakes up and says, "Today is a special day. We have to clean everything. Everything must be clean today, must be nice and shiny. And then I want you to go out and I want you to bring all the wood laying out in the forest, enough to build a funeral pyre." This they're not so sure about. Doesn't seem like a very good idea. They go anyway. He says to the cook, "I want you to make the most beautiful, delicious fruit repast that you can make. Sweets, the most beautiful sweets. And I want it ready at sunrise." He says to all the disciples and students, "Now, you must be here. You must be here before sunrise tomorrow, sitting and meditating, your clothes clean, your hair clean, showered. I want it beautiful, quiet meditation tomorrow morning." Wow, they're surprised. Everybody, no protestations, no questions. Something good's going to happen. But what? There's a funeral pyre, but they all have to get clean and dressed. What's going to happen? Sunrise on Friday morning. Om Shri Sukra Vanamaha. Om Shri Sukra Vanamaha. Om Shri Sukra Vanamaha. The doors to the ashram gates are open. The doors to the ashram are open. And into the ashram come very, very silently the birds, some of the animals. And they sit in silence, just like the disciples. And at the exact moment of sunrise, the beautiful golden red fox comes in the gate and is met by the master. The fox bows his head and the master bows back and said, "You are so welcome. It is such a blessing to us, a boon to us that you are here today." The fox smiles. And together they walk into the ashram. And in front of all those gathered, the master turns and sits with Mr. Fox. They're both in their meditation postures. "How can I help thee? How can I help thee?" he asks. "Well, Master, like all of those here, many lifetimes ago, I was a monk. I was studying, practicing, doing my sadhana every day, and I evolved very high spiritually. My ego got in the way. My ego got in the way. And oh, Master, back in that time, you asked me the question. Back in that time when we were together, you asked me the question. And I made a mistake. I let my ego get in the way, and I answered with the wrong answer. In all these lifetimes, I've been living as a fox. All these lifetimes, I've been waiting for the moment that you and I would be together again, that I would be in your presence, that you could again, Guruji, ask me the question. And the Guru turned to all those present, the animals, the birds, the disciples, the students, the seekers. And he said, look, even the birds are quiet. Everyone who's here knows how important this moment is. This moment is. We have prepared beautiful food in your honor to welcome you back. And the fox said, thank you, but would you ask me the question? We have prepared wonderful water in your honor. Thank you, but would you ask me the question, Guruji? Please, would you ask me the question? Already, would you ask me the question? And the Guru, smiling, leans down, leans over, gazing into the eyes of the fox and says, is the enlightened soul above the laws of karma? My beloved, is the enlightened soul above the laws of karma? No, Master. The enlightened soul is one with the laws of karma. Closing his eyes, bowing his head, the body of the monk falls to the ground, and the ka, the spirit of the fox, ascends upward above all the people. The enlightened soul is one with the laws of karma. The enlightened soul is one with the laws of karma. The enlightened soul is one with the laws of karma. And together they all bow to the fox and they say, Okaka Samade, Okaka Samade, Okaka Samade. Because of you, Mr. Fox, because of you and all of your sadhana, we are well. Because of all of your years of work, we are well. We will not have to live that because of you. What does it have to do with you and me? What does that have to do with your freedom? What does it have to do with what you need to free yourself from? Why would we begin with a healing meditation today? Because, my beloved, at this sacred moment in time, with the sun entering into Virgo, Virgo is the state of consciousness, meaning I analyze in its highest form. But in its lower form, it's a state of consciousness of I criticize. And this exists within every human mind. The criticism that you hold within yourself, the self-criticism, the pain and suffering that you cause yourself because of your regrets for what you think you did, not even for what you really did, because you can't see clearly. Let go of those regrets. Let go of the sadness and the regrets. Let go of the resentment. Let go of the needles that you keep pricking yourself with, the thorns that you keep grabbing onto again and again and again and again. Do you know, no matter how many times you grab a hold of a stem of a sunflower, it always has these little prickles on it. Always. It always has prickles on it. And they always irritate the skin. They always hurt, in fact. Doesn't look like they're going to, but they do. And you can say again and again and again, oh, it's a sunflower. It looks so beautiful. I'm just going to cut it for my vases here. And you always feel that roughness, that prickliness. We must learn to let go of that. Freedom. As we have this full moon in Aquarius, true freedom is your ability to choose, to let go of your self-criticism, to let go of the habit of self-criticism, to let go of the habit of your mind, of judging others, and much, much more importantly, of judging yourself. You know, we're not perfect. None of us are perfect. I'm not saying get a big puffed up ego and say everything you do is correct. That's not your problem. That's not your problem, first of all. That's not the problem, first of all. But secondly, the answer is to recognize, yeah, well, I wish I would have done that differently. Years ago, I had a moment of deep regret about something, and I was talking to my guru about it. It wasn't the only time I've had a moment of deep regret, but at that particular moment. And he said with his great love, it's all right. You did the best you could. You're going to have another opportunity, another swing at the bat, another chance. Just wait till the aspect comes around again. Just wait till the opportunity comes around again. And it will. It'll come in this lifetime. It'll come in the next lifetime. And you'll have a chance to do it differently, to think differently, to react differently, to behave differently, to think differently, to speak differently, to behave differently. Free yourself from the self-criticism of your minds. Free yourself from those habits of the mind. Now, it's not terribly hard to do, and yet occasionally there are I would say sticky, icky thought forms that continue to stick with us again and again and again, or rise again and again and again. And so, you know the practice, but in case you've forgotten it, you need to take always a part of your consciousness and ascend above your head, about 18 inches or so. And that's just the part of your consciousness that's going to observe. That's all it's going to do, is just observe. Observe the thoughts that are rising and falling and rising and falling in the mind. What's coming out of the mouth? What's coming out of the mouth? What's coming, what's going, what's coming, what's going? What is happening within you, what's happening around you. Now, the purpose of cultivating this, the purpose of refining this capacity, this skill, and the reason that you'll often find me bringing and reminding again and again and again is it takes cultivation. It takes practice. It takes years of practice. And you find how well you've cultivated the skill, how well you've developed the skill when a very uncomfortable situation arises, and either you are able to handle it with equanimity, or you might get knocked off your perch. You know, my disciple was saying to me the other day that it's amazing how everything is fine, and then they go to their childhood home, and all of a sudden in their childhood home, all of the thoughts, the insecurities, the behaviors of the past arise again and again and again and again and again. It happens to her. It's happened to me. It'll happen to you, or it has happened to you. So you use that practice of observing and being aware. It allows you to stop, to change course, to correct what is not going in a direction that is most harmonious for you. Now, the next thing that I'm going to say today is that you must forgive. You need to forgive. You need to be able to forgive yourself, to forgive others. And, sometimes we can say, well, I don't have anything to forgive, or well, I've forgiven everybody. And then you bump into a situation where you find that this gluiness or this stickiness of a particular thought or a particular reaction to something keeps rising again and again and again in your mind. And you realize, no, I guess I didn't get that. I guess I didn't really quite forgive, because look at where I am now. Look at what's happening. And so I've said to you, use the observer technique. Observe what's going on so that you see that you are not these thoughts. Use and return to the neti, neti, neti technique. Neti, neti, neti. I'm not this thought. I'm not the thought thinking this thought. I'm not thought. And then learn to forgive. And so I'm going to walk with you through, in the last part of our time today, a forgiveness ritual that will allow you to see, to experience, to reaffirm, to hone your ability to forgive. You may not want that. What does it mean to say the enlightened soul is one with the laws of karma? It means that if somebody's having problems with you, the question is not what's wrong with them. If you're having problems with them, the question is not what's wrong with them. The question is, what is out of balance with you? What needs to be changed within you? And that's a great power. You have the capacity to change within yourself, to free yourself. You're the only one that can free yourself from the confinement of your karma. And no matter where you are on the path spiritually, no matter how close to enlightenment or if you are enlightened, you're still one with the laws of karma, the law of cause and effect. As you are kind to others, they will be kind to you. As you forgive others, they will forgive you. As you are gracious to others, they will be gracious to you. As you see what others need and put your own need and ego needs aside, you will have all that you need. And so on this very special day, let us find time again to turn inward, if you will, and to spend a little bit more time in meditation and to soften the karmas of the lifetime, to soften the karmas of our lifetime. Okay. And please just close your eyes and focus your attention at the sun center. Most beloved Lord of life, we call upon thee at this moment that thou might help us to further let go, to let go of that which needs to be let go of. Filling your mind's eye, allow your mind to bring forth the image of someone that you're having difficulty with. Doesn't have to be a big thing, but someone you're having difficulty with. You'd like to dissolve that difficulty. You realize it would be dissolved if you could forgive them. Visualize yourself facing east. You don't need to turn your body. Just visualize your astral body turning east. See the person in your mind's eye. And silently say to them, I forgive you. I forgive you for everything that you have done in thought, in word, and in deed to hurt me and offend me. Whether you did it intentionally or unintentionally, I forgive you. May the hurt be healed. May the karmas be dissolved. Turn your astral body to the north. Again, see the person. I forgive you for everything you've done in thought, in word, in deed, knowingly or unknowingly, intentionally or unintentionally, to hurt or offend me. I forgive you. May the hurt be healed. May the karma be dissolved. Turn to the west. And again, see the person in front of you. I forgive you for everything you have done in thought, in word, in deed, knowingly or unknowingly, intentionally or unintentionally, to hurt me and offend me. I forgive you. I forgive you. May the hurt be healed. May the karma be dissolved. Turn to the south, again visualizing the person. I forgive you for everything you have done in thought, in word, in deed, knowingly or unknowingly, intentionally or unintentionally, to hurt me or offend me. I forgive you. May the hurt be healed. May the karma be dissolved. Turning back to the east, visualize the person in your mind's eye again. And now the difficult part comes. Say to them, please forgive me for everything I have done, my thoughts, my words, and my deeds to hurt you or offend you. Whether I have done it knowingly or unknowingly, intentionally or unintentionally. Please forgive me. May the hurt be healed. May the karma be dissolved. Turning to the north, hold the person's image in your mind's eye. Please forgive me for everything I have done in thought, in word, in deed, knowingly or unknowingly, intentionally or unintentionally, to hurt or offend you. Please forgive me. Turning to the south, see the person in your mind's eye again. Please forgive me for everything I have done in thought, word, in deed, knowingly or unknowingly, intentionally or unintentionally, to hurt or offend you. Please forgive me. May the hurt be healed. May the karma be dissolved. Turning again to the west. Visualize the person in your mind's eye. Please forgive me for everything I have done to hurt you or offend you in thought and word and deed, knowingly or unknowingly, intentionally or unintentionally. Please forgive me. May the hurt be healed. May the karma be dissolved. Turning to the south, crystallize the image of the person in your mind's eye. Please forgive me for everything I have done in thought, in word, in deed. Knowingly or unknowingly, intentionally or unintentionally, that has hurt or offended you. Please forgive me. May the hurt be healed. May the karmas be dissolved. Turn again to the east. Bring the person's image up in your mind's eye. And just observe. Is more work needed? Is this complete? Oh, Great Spirit, oh ye powers that be, sweep clear these difficult karmas. Free us from the criticism of our mind. Free us from our self-created constraints. Free us that we might find ever greater joy, that we might find the true nature of life, that we might find that which we seek the most. O ye powers that be, as we have begun this healing process, this healing between ourselves and the others, may that healing continue. May the hurt be healed. May the karma be dissolved. And now, my beloved, know that you may continue in your meditation. You will find in time whether this needs to be performed again with the person you're talking to, dissolving the ritual, dissolving the hurt through the ritual. And if your mind rises again with thoughts of anger towards a person or emotional thoughts towards a person, ask yourself, is it a habit? Is there any energy behind this? And if you find energy, then perform the ritual again. If you find that it's a habit, neti, neti, neti. Create a new habit. See anew. Be thou blessed. Be thou blessed. Be thou triply blessed. become an ever greater blessing unto all of those who enter your aura. Free yourself. Free yourself through your meditation. Free yourself through the healing rituals. Free yourself through the forgiveness ritual. Find that which you need to do and do it with ever greater joy and equanimity. As always, I thank you for the loving presence you're joining in the Sangha, for the vibration that you share on this Sundays. I thank you for your energy. I thank you for your yoga city. Namaste. 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 The enlightened soul is one with the laws of karma.